to be put through my paces. I'm chatting with Carla King Turner, the presenter from TVSN. Hello, Carla.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
You've been doing this job, I understand, for a few years. Tell me about how you got into it.
Well, I've been with TVSN for 7 years. 5 of those have been in front of the camera, but before that I was a buyer. So I had a little bit of an insight to see what happens behind the scenes. Got a taste for the on-camera action and haven't looked back.
What was it like the first time you tried out as a presenter?
Well, it was actually quite familiar because in my time as a buyer, I had actually hosted as a buyer on a lot of the shows to kind of explain why we'd bought a certain product in or the technology behind it. And at that point in time, our customers really kind of resonated with it, and they said, hey, we like that. We like to know why and how and the technology. And so when I did come full-time presenting, they kind of already knew me and I kind of had a feel for it. So it wasn't too hard, a little bit nerve-wracking.
TVSN is a massive phenomenon around the world, isn't it?
Oh.
How is it perceived in Australia?
It's definitely the way of the future. We know that for sure. The brand awareness is still quite low, duly because it's on Foxtel. So if you don't have Foxtel, you may not know about us. But because we also have a comprehensive website with thousands of products available every single day, more and more people are becoming aware of us, and you don't need Foxtel to go online to shop.
It's very dangerous.
Very dangerous. And you can watch online as well, streaming.
So who's shopping?
Well, typically our customers are women and they're 40 plus. They lead very full lives. They have family and children and grandchildren, and they are very particular about what they buy, where they spend their money. They want to know exactly what they're buying, but they love our 30-day money-back guarantee. They love the fact that they can tune in and see an informative show, quite often presented by the founder of a company. We get the guests in from the company, so they get all the accurate information, not a Chinese whisper sales pitch that's been handed down through many different salespeople. And then they get to try a product at home for 30 days, and if it doesn't suit them, they send it back and get a refund.
TVSN now seems to be covering quite a few different beauty brands.
Yes.
What are the ones that are really working?
The salon brands are incredible, and that's again because of the effectiveness of the product, the believability, because quite often we have the formulators and ingredients that are cutting edge, and with the medium that we have, we can be first to market with a lot of really key ingredients that takes a lot longer to filter through into a department store type brand. So whether it's an exclusive brand that we have or whether it's a salon brand, we find that our customers really love the fact that they're getting the latest, they're getting all of the information that they need, and they can try it for themselves.
Are there any brands that you've been presenting on TVSN just really surprised you, how quickly they've just gone off?
Oh, every time, all the time. In fact, I recall Skin by Dimitri. We had 6 to 7 shows programmed, live shows. His product ran out by the 3rd show. We had to change all the programming, and we brought in a lot of product, and that was it. Was just the formula, the product is outstanding. He is engaging. He's the formulator. The prices were incredible. The story was so believable, and we were all just mesmerised. We all were ordering Skin, all of us, and we already had a cupboard full of beauty products. And I think that is the beauty of shopping with TVSN, is that, you know, as girls we always want the latest thing. I always talk about the half jars of stuff that we have at home. You know, we always want the latest and the greatest.
Do you know what's going on with sales as you're presenting?
Yes, it's very exciting. We are completely interactive with our audience. It's live. We have a control room where our producer sits and watches a computer screen and watches phone lines light up and watches stock drop. So at any moment she can, or he can, gauge what I just said made everybody jump on and buy that product, and so that makes it very exciting from my point of view, because I know that I'm actually really getting across to someone and they're loving what they're seeing and they're buying it, and on top of that, then also the audience can get a feel that they're actually part of a shopping experience as well, that they are actually taking something off our shelf and we are putting it in the post ready for them at that moment.
It sounds like a terribly difficult job to do what you do.
Yeah, well, you're going to need the gift of the gab, I guess, but you have to have a passion for whatever you're doing, and that's why across the 10 different presenters that we do have, we're all very different. We all have different passions, where some of us might be extremely passionate about fashion and beauty, as I am. We've got others that love the cooking shows, love doing the scan pan, love doing the fitness shows, you know, and so the passion has to come across. There has to be an element of that, you know, and we can't love everything, we can't buy everything, but you also have to have that perception that this is an awesome product for the right person, and that can also be quite an exciting thing to sell, because you can really see how this is going to change someone's life.
Is your audience a very loyal audience? They keep coming back?
Oh yeah, in fact we have one of the highest repeat customer rates. It's over 95%. So word of warning, your first purchase won't be your last. Over 95% of our customers stay loyal to us for many years. We have a loyalty program where once you reach a certain amount of sales in a period, you get gift vouchers, you get subsidies in postage and all that kind of stuff. And our most loyal customers are the ones that we talk to on a daily basis. Our buyers talk to them, our producers talk to them, they call through on air, and that's how we know them so intimately, because they call us up and they say what they like and what they don't like, and they're like a part of the family really, and we become a big part of their lives.
I'm sure. With skincare particularly, I would imagine you'd have a fair amount of research to do and knowledge to impart. Does it take a lot of time? It
does, particularly on a start-up brand. I think one of the talents you have to have as a presenter is a good retention for knowledge. So once you've been doing a brand for a long time, a lot of that knowledge is with you going into a show. But as a startup brand, there's always pre-production meetings, there's a lot of notes, there's a lot of samples that have been given to producers and presenters to try the product, understand how the routine works, determine how they feel about it. Whether it suits them or not is irrelevant, because what works for me doesn't work for you. But if you can understand the concept behind a brand before going live and knowing the guest, where the guest came from, where the brand came from, is invaluable. And then as the brand progresses through, every month they do shows, you become more and more familiar, they bring in new products, and then it's a case of researching each of those individual products as you go through. So yes, there is an element of a lot of research in the beginning, particularly in a startup brand, but you become a little bit very familiar with a brand after doing many shows.
You must be familiar with all the brands you're working on now, but you're about to go on maternity leave.
Yes.
Are you going to miss the buzz of presenting?
Oh yes, I will. This is my second, and I did attempt to have more than a couple of months off after my first, but I was back after a month, because the thrill of working at TVSN is something quite unique, and it's something that I enjoy doing as well, you know what, as a woman myself, to be able to get out there and shop with people, but that the energy level is fantastic, and that you can't replace that.